Hello, my makeup loving friends. How's it going? Welcome back. It's another week. So, we're talking about the makeup that you wanted to discuss this week. And you know the drill. I have two. It's me. It's a whole thing. But if it wasn't for you guys tagging us in content, we'd have nothing to talk about. So, a big thank you to Brianna, Beth, Miss Charlie, Gillian, Transtopia, Makeup Release Radar, Sue, Claire, Susie, Natalia, Yvonne, Alexis, Nicola, Kelly, Gina, Rhea, Tony Humperm, Elle, Kayla, Amy, Chrissy, Ilya, Scout, Kelsey, Paula, and Branka. Big thank you to all of you guys, and a big thank you to my Patreons. And we have birthdays. Happy birthday to both Kim and to Brianna. Yay.
Happy birthday! Yeah! Woo woo!
Woot woot. Much happiness. I'm hoping that those birthday cards have made their way to you, and if not, I'm blaming the postal system.
Yeah.
But we do have a theme this week, and it is muted because last week on Painted with Raven, Elena had been muted on the challenge, so wasn't allowed to take part. So I was like, fuck it.
What's that about? I was like, no. No. You can't mute Elena.
Can I just say, like, they totally strategized it and did it so that the week that she was muted, it was the challenge she would have wiped everyone out with.
Yeah, she would have like wiped the floor with the other contestants, like Terra Forte.
Yeah.
So
because by the way, the challenge that was that week was celebrity like impressions or impersonations. And I'm gonna put some pictures up here of like stuff that Elena has done in the past. She's done like Freddie Mercury, she's done Mariah Carey to a frightening degree.
Britney Spears.
It's crazy.
Michelle Visage. She's done a bunch of people and she's crazy good at that. Like she did Mariah Carey like this week or last week.
But she's done her before as well.
Yeah, and it's just like it keeps getting better. It's like a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Elena, do me. In every way possible.
Yeah.
Christmas. But yeah, anyways, it's muted. I've done nothing. Tia's done nothing.
I've done nothing.
We're working women.
Yeah.
Because
well, I'm not usually on Wednesdays, but we have Christmas food today at work. More like not everything, but we have rice porridge is very traditional in Finland in Christmas, so we had that. So I obviously won it. It was free. Get your tummy full. I was like, I want to go to work so I can have free porridge. Oh, I think you guys call it rice pudding, not porridge.
Yeah, because porridge is like our breakfast.
Yeah, well, you can eat rice porridge for breakfast, for dessert, for anything. It's traditionally eaten like, it's kind of like breakfast at Christmas mornings in Finland. So, and if you find an almond, you're a winner. And there's sometimes even gifts. It's weird.
But you just know that was like a culinary accident initially. Somebody just accidentally dropped an almond into it and then was like, oh no, you're the winner.
Yeah. It's like you either get a cracked tooth and a gift or nothing. I mean, I don't know what my lighting is doing now, so sorry if it's like really weird.
So anyways, our team this week is muted. I know that one or two have actually done it, so I'm going to show their picture now. But we do have things to talk about, and this is fucking Pat McGrath. And this is their, third collaboration now with Star Wars. It does make me kind of think what's going on with Star Wars, that they go between either Pat McGrath or Colourpop in terms of their makeup collaborations, which I'm like, what is going on?
Colourcock. You know, I'm tired. I don't know what the fuck is that lighting doing. Like, this is mess today, but like, you know, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Colourpop, not the other way around, has been killing it with those. I don't know about Pat McGrath though.
Yeah. Look, I mean, there's a lot to this collection. There's 3 kind of mini palettes. They're $36 each. The artistry pigments. So they're like essentially little pots of pigments. They're $30 each. I feel that's really expensive for what that is. Then there's the metallic liquid lip. They're $32 each. And then there's Lust Gloss. They're $29 each. And there's also like a random mascara in there as well. But I think the thing that pisses me off the most is that they have the Mothership 6, it's the Midnight Sun, and it's the Star Wars edition, and that's $128. So essentially what they've done is they've taken an existing palette, which up until a couple of days ago had been on sale for like 70 something dollars, and all they had done was just change the outside of the packaging to Darth Vader nipples. It's the exact same palette, but they have charged an extra $50. But they have rectified it now so that if you go into Pat McGrath and you look up the original Mothership 6, it's now €122. So it's the same as like the Pat McGrath Star Wars one, which
and that's like a so original neutral palette with a pop of blue. Like look at that cover of it, like those blues and golds and oranges and all that, like that picture. What if that was in the palette? Like come on. I feel like Pat McGrath's big palettes are just like, I know there's some special shades, but we can get these special shades from other indie brands and some even like mainstream brands now. So it's not even that's selling the thing anymore. I just
I
I
am
feel
very excited though about Darth Vader having what it does look like boobs. And it looks like it's tassels, and that he's just gonna start doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of here. If that had happened in Star Wars, I'd have watched it. So I'm just gonna continue to do
I
it.
don't know. It's a mess. I do feel like the one mini palette with the like purple, pink, and blue.
Oh, it's the droid one.
Yeah, the droid one. That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Not $36 cute.
They're all shimmer.
But it is kind of cute. All shimmers. I don't know then.
I retract my statement.
Yeah, because I kind of like if those were matte, like that purple, pink, and like that bluish shade, and then two shimmers, I would have like don't like the two gold colors there, but it wasn't half bad. And then like the dark, the Sith seduction, maybe.
Yeah.
What was that like? Why is there like a peachy shimmer in there? Like, where's the silvers, the gunmetals? There's like maybe one like blackish gunmetal color, and that's it. Like, it just feels like they've taken and what they've actually done. They've just taken something and just slap a picture on it and be like Star Wars.
That is what they've done.
But yeah, like, that's exactly what they've done.
And then like the pigments, I mean, they look okay, but for what, $32?
They're really expensive. I'm looking at that black one, like the
it's nice
unmetal-y one. That kind of intrigues me, but the price does not intrigue me.
No, that color should have been in that palette that you had just been discussing there. Like that's what that should have been. Like they're okay, but I mean, there's other pigments elsewhere that are much more interesting. Those liquid lipsticks, I mean, two of them look so similar to each other.
Yeah.
Like, edit yourself, like, lads.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
And even the glosses look similar to each other.
Yeah, and also they don't give me Star Wars. No. They give me Bridgeton, or what was that collab before. Like, that could be that repackaged. I don't know if they had glosses, but that, like, those colors, I'm like, thinking of that than Star Wars.
I agree.
I missed the mark. So, like, I'm sure people will still buy this. Like the hardcore Star Wars fans are like, yes. Like, it seems like the packaging gives me collectibles, nice. The products itself gives me. We had these already.
Yeah.
And we couldn't sell them. Or we made these for another collection, and then we were like, oh, we have that Star Wars collection coming. Why don't we just put a Star Wars logo on it, and it's done.
They would never take existing products, put a different package on it, and mark it up. Oh no, they never do such a thing. No.
That's just, it feels like this was their last holiday collection. Feels like it was the end of the year. They cannot wait to go to that like holiday, get the time off, and they're like, oh, I don't have energy to do this Star Wars collection. Let's just, like, we have all this stuff already. Like, let's just slap a picture on it and consider it done. Like, they will never know.
It's given me last day of school energy.
Yeah. It's like, I have to be here, but I'm really not going to do anything.
Let's just put on a movie and have class instead. Like,
Yeah.
that's what happened. The only thing that is vaguely interesting to me is like maybe the mascaras, because I do like that they're coloured, but I believe they're like $30-ish. If they've been like,
Yeah, the blue one looks nice. I don't know about the pink one. How would it translate on an eye? Like, I just feel like sometimes colored mascaras are great, but sometimes they don't look like that when you put them on your lashes. My lower lashes are like okay-ish, but like they're not great. So when I go with that kind of a mascara, I feel like the lighter colors, especially like the pink and the like teal, I feel like I couldn't get them to show as much as I would like. So that's why I wouldn't buy. They're not giving their all. They're just doing the same. It's kind of getting old
yeah,
at this point.
yeah, I don't get it. I think the bit that really annoyed me though was just the repackaging of an existing
Yeah,
palette, and then
like not even trying.
yeah. And it was the fact that they had, up until 2 or 3 days ago, that palette was on sale. And as soon as people like myself going, hey, you have this palette on sale for $70, yet you're trying to sell other people this Star Wars one, which is the exact fucking same, but you've just changed the outside, and you're charging them an extra $50 for that honor. Excuse me.
Yeah,
And then they upped it again, and I don't like that. I don't like the lack of transparency. I'll also say, Pat McGrath are an odd one in that, like, I ordered stuff with them for Black Friday, and I still have not received it. There's like no update on shipping, and their
yeah,
customer service is
that's weird.
trash. It's my fault. I knew they're trash.
Yeah.
I just was like, oh, it's a sale. So
I haven't tried anything from them. They're like some of their products like does kind of like appeal to me. Some of them look nice, but the prices are just too high for me. I feel like yes, on a sale I might give in,
which was
but this collection even on sale I might not give in. Maybe that black pigment, but other than that,
even with that, I wouldn't care. Yeah, I think this whole collection is just meh, and it's overpriced, and they just are phoning it in. When I put it to you guys, 9% of you loved it, 16% said not for me, 32% said I like some of it, and 43% of you said cash grab. We have quite a few indie brands this week. This is Loveless Cosmetics, and this is their Cold Blooded Bride eyeshadow palette. It's totally vegan and it's cruelty free, and I did find this quite odd. They've only made 50 palettes available for now.
what?
Yeah, so they
That's
really,
kind of weird.
yeah, they're a very, very small brand. They dropped on the 9th of December, and when I checked, I think it was 3 days later, they still had some palettes on. So they're a very, very small brand.
Yeah,
It was on sale for $30.99. I like the outside of the packaging. I think it looks really, really nice. I don't think the swatches are selling it that well, and I think there needed to be more like lighter colors, like a periwinkle blue in there, and like maybe a
yeah.
black.
I feel like some of those are those glitters or are those shimmers. They
That's
look a bit like textured and I don't know, they look weird. I think they are. I think the blue and green are glitters. I like the packaging. I think this has potential, but I feel like it's just I don't know. I don't like that the black is like shimmery. I
yeah.
think if they would have added the matte black in there, it would have been nicer. I feel like two of the like mid-tone blues are too similar to each other. I think they should have changed that to like a lighter or a darker color. I would have personally wanted like a pastel sky blue in there
I was
to
thinking.
blend that out. It's
Yeah.
not it's just not this is not selling it to me. And the swatches, I'm sorry, but those just the wonky lines. I know they like kind of tried to make them like look like you have a stencil on, but it's like thick to some and then thin to some, and it makes them look wonky, and the colors aren't like, yeah,
I think like they have good ideas, but the execution isn't 100% there. And
yeah,
look, like it's a newer brand, and if they are just starting and they're getting their
yeah.
like I will say it did drive me a little bit nuts that when I was looking at the palette itself, if you look at the center shade, it says "she ill a vampire," and I'm like, did you mean she is a vampire? So that's a spelling mistake. I think, you see, I've been correcting too many essays, so I'm just like, I almost felt like I was going to go into Turnitin and go on to Quick Mark and go spelling, and I was like, no, wait, this is not what this is. I always have a soft spot for indie brands and I want them to do well, and I think they have like the raw ingredients there, like there's a decent idea there, but
Yeah.
I think monochromatic palettes, there's so many of them out there that you have to really distinguish it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you have to really have something special that like it's gonna really sell it to people. And just I wish, like, I feel like even like smaller indie brands, I know they do a lot of them like themselves. There it goes. But I feel like if they would just like take time for like how they present their, like, I don't think the pictures for the palette are bad. That's fine. But the swatches, I feel like even the lighting looks a bit weird in there. So it's just like the little things that I feel like if she's done them a little bit more better.
the ideas are there and I'm not against it, and
Yeah.
like I said, it's a small business, so I hope that they do well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's not for me. It's an American brand. It's going to be very difficult to get. But best of luck to them. When I put it to you guys, 26% of you loved it, 37% said not for me, and 37% said needs some more depth and light, which is kind of where I was going with it. I liked this one. This is MBA Cosmetics, and this is their Forest Nymph palette. It's almost like two quads in one, where we have like a green based quad and then more of like a peachy, pinky sort of a quad. I quite like it. I mean, I me being me, look at this and would like it to be completely green, but that's, just me being a basic bitch. It depends as to how much this is going to be because I don't have any
Yeah.
dances on it yet. The packaging is gorgeous. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of the Give Me Glow Vintage Rose palette.
Yeah. I like it. I'm not in love with it. I like the like that like almost like brownish greenish grungy color in the
Yes.
corner, and then those like that minty, not minty, it's more like a sage
Yeah.
green. I like those. I like the matte colors. I like the one green shimmer, but don't like the two other shimmers that they chose for
Yeah.
this.
See, I like the
Feel
green
like,
ones. Like that.
yeah, I kind of feel like if there was like a light shimmer, like even that light shimmer that they have, but with a green shift,
That'd be nice.
amazing. And if you want to throw a neutral in there like that, I feel like it should have been something else. I just feel like it makes it, they're kind of like made like two quads in there, like you can see that.
Mm.
But I just don't feel like that color, that darker neutral shimmer goes with the palette.
Yeah, I think they needed to go with like a true brown brown.
Yeah,
God
like
forbid
even like
that's not something
darker.
that often. But like a really earthy brown would have made a
Yeah,
lot of sense there to
I
deepen it.
would just scrap that shimmer all out and have like a almost like blackened dark brown matte there.
Hmm.
That like that would have been amazing. The greens, that would have been amazing with those two like browns. It's almost there for me. Like I like it, but I would need a little bit more tweaking, like just a touch.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I am with it as well. Like it has green, so obviously it has like a little bit of my heart, but it's not
Yeah.
100% of the way there. And when you have the sort of collection that I have, you don't kind of go off running out getting more things. It's a,
Yeah.
let's not pull on that particular straw. I mean, I think it's nice. I would have personally changed a couple of things, but that's me being me. If
Yeah.
it's like $25, then I'd be like, yeah, fair enough. But if it's like
Yeah.
say 36 and up, then I'd not so much. When I put it to you guys, 39% of you loved it, 43% said not for me, and 17% said that you would prefer a bigger palette. Because for me, I kind of felt like I needed more options.
Yeah, definitely.
More indie makeup now. This time it's Wicked Widow Beauty, and this is their Scissor Hands 2 eyeshadow palette. So this is the second one that they're coming out with. They came out with one before, and this is available on December 16th for pre-order, and it's $52. I mean, you can really clearly see how it's linked to Edward Scissorhands from, like, I mean, the fact that there's bloody scissors in the mats, and when you
Yeah.
look at the colors, when you look at the imagery, like, it makes an awful lot of sense. There's 8 mattes and there's 8 multi-chromes slash duochromes. So that is kind of what you're looking at there. I will say that sort of green, the blend and blend shade, fucking love that. The poopy green on the set. Yeah, that
Yes.
I don't know what it is. If you put that,
You like these tones.
I
I'm
really,
not quite sure I can make a look out of it.
I'd still,
Like, it has like colors that I like.
mm,
All the mattes are colors that I would use, but I'm like kind of like they're very like the only like kind of dark shade is that dark brown.
yeah,
All the others are very mid-toned, and they're all the like same depth.
yeah,
So there's like one, two maybe lighter colors. The top two like blue and that like sagey, dirty shades, greenish color. Um, so that's a bit of a issue, but I do like the shimmers. I like the color story. I just feel like it's not a standalone palette.
I
Not every palette needs to be, but I feel like I would struggle to make a look out of this, even though it's a beautiful color story and I like the colors, but I just maybe needed a little bit more.
yeah, and I think if you're spending $52, you do kind of want it to be a standalone.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me.
And also like there's two like again almost all the darkest colors are shimmers, and I don't know what's with this shimmers are the darker colors trend
It's really,
these days. Like, come on, like I know that we use shimmers more these days and we love like all these shifty shimmers, glittery, all that, but I feel like we also need like some structure, and I feel like darker mattes usually give that to you. At least my case. I know everyone does their makeup different, but I just feel like I would need a little bit more like darker matte shades to go with this,
I
and
agree.
not everything to be so same depth in like those mattes.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there's part of me that kind of thinks that because you'd have to dip in with another palette, why not just make it a full multi-chrome palette
Yeah,
and just like be.
kinda. Yeah.
But maybe it's just because I'm dead inside, and that's
Yeah,
sort of,
I don't know. I kind of like the idea. I feel like the mattes serve a purpose here. I just feel like they needed more dark, like more variation between the depth, what those colors are, to
yeah.
make it more usable.
If they added in even like 4 more mattes,
Yeah,
I think that,
like one row, add like a white, black, and then like maybe couple like darker mattes. Because then when you have the like black and white there, you can mix those
yeah,
in, and like it will make it more versatile.
yeah, I agree. Or even if they had like 2 big pans of like one,
Yeah, like a matte and a white, kind of like what Blend Bunny did with
yeah,
Primal.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I think it's quite cool looking. It's
Yeah,
a different take on like a Christmas time palette. Like, obviously, when it's like for pre-order, you're not going to get it for Christmas. It just is what.
yeah,
So I,
kind of like a Christmas gift you'll see in the future,
yeah,
kind of thing.
which is fine. Like, most people who
Yeah,
are makeup or whatever, they're not really that bothered about it. But it does kind of make me think about, like, how well have you planned this? Did you organize
yeah,
the best way possible?
yeah,
Like, it's grand. I think it's quite interesting. I am intrigued to see what people think of it, and I want to see some swatches, particularly of those 2 deep green shimmers down at the bottom, because they looked very similar. But if they're multi-chromes,
yeah,
they shift in a very different way.
yeah.
So I'm
They
intrigued.
look a bit shifty, at least some of them.
You look a bit shifty.
Yeah, my lightings look a bit shifty today.
Yeah, it's like a rave going on.
Like a disco. It's like, bam. You're blinded by the lights.
Yeah, I love that because, like, you're in fucking Finland in the middle of winter where you hardly get any sunlight at all, and now you're just like, let's overcompensate.
Yeah,
It's great.
at least my phone thinks that.
When I put it to you guys, 46% of you loved it, 42% said not for me, 13% of you said that you were on a budget. And then in the move that absolutely nobody on the planet Earth ever asked for, this is Too Faced and a new collection. It's the Pinker Times Ahead. The fuck is this? The eyeshadow palette is $42. It looks cheap. It looks like Claire's accessories. It's pink, I mean, obviously, because that's all the Too Faced are capable of. It's either pink or it's purple. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else. I no, don't like it. Like, can you tell? No, random pop of green. A green shimmer. What am I meant to do with that? And a blue shimmer.
Yeah, that's a bit. The palette is like shite. I don't even want to talk about it. But the blushes, not mad. I'm not mad. I like Candy Clouds. I like Head in the Clouds. I like Tequila Sunrise. Even Golden Hour is pretty shit though.
They do.
That's a nice like a blush range. Why would we need this god awful palette to go with this?
Thank you. Seriously.
Like, even the highlighter looks kind of nice. I'm not really like, why is there only one shade though? That's kind of weird. Maybe it's like one of those. They say it's like a hybrid glowy blush highlight. That actually sounds very interesting.
But
I'm not gonna lie.
It's scented vanilla orange ice cream.
I don't mind scented things. I just if they smell nice, if I like the scent, I don't mind it.
Just like choose one scent and stick on it.
Yeah, and also I've heard really good things about the killer liners. So
I like those. I do find them good.
Fine. I feel like it's just like a random just to have one color. Like, give me a range of pinks.
Yeah.
Get rid of that awful palette. Get a couple more of those blush highlighter hybrids, and then more of the killer liners in like different shades of pinks and the blushes. That would have been a lovely collection.
Absolutely. I don't know why brands feel like every single collection has to have a palette in it.
Yeah. It does not need to always have a palette.
And I mean, I think at this point, Too Faced are better known for their complexion stuff anyway.
Yeah, I can't stop looking at that Candy Clouds pink blush shade. It's
nice.
Kind of like a violet, like kind of like a hint, like a cool tone pink.
Mauvey.
It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
And also that glowy blush hybrid glossy powder thing.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
I kind of want it. Yeah, I'm not mad about those.
Yeah.
Just the palette itself, it's like hurting my eyes.
Palette is dreadful. I will feel like the blushes are meant to be $29, and I'm like, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that'd
it's a bit pricey, but
I'd have to have somebody else try it, and then I could see if I wanted it.
Yeah.
But it's not awful, but I just feel like maybe at this point, Too Faced should just stop doing eyeshadow.
Yeah.
They're not good at it. They can't do it. It's a bit I think the issue with Too Faced eyeshadow palettes is they're overpriced for what they are, and there's much better out there.
Yeah.
Like, end of.
They could do so much better. Like, I feel like they could do it if they actually wanted to, like, start trying again.
Yeah.
Maybe I have too much faith. That's actually.
You're just like a happy person, and I'm like, no, it's not trash.
No, I hate it.
I'm very negative these days. That's how married life is going. I'm joking. When I put it to you guys, 8% of you loved it, 29% said not for me, and 63% said feels dated and done before. But you know what? I'm fucking shitting myself over this. This is Terra Moon Cosmetics, and they're coming out with 15 new singles. So far, we've seen 10 of them. So if there's any new 5 ones that have been put up after we film, I'll show you those as well. But she first kind of showed that there's 5 bluey toned ones. Oh, and there's like a mixture of like, you know, you have your mattes, like this lovely like pale grey maybe, and then the duochrome shifts are beautiful. That blue to
Stunning.
pink.
Some of them look quite thick. Like it looks like some of the swatches, it looks like that the shadow isn't like, you know, some are like very smooth.
Yeah.
Those like the texture and the like how they on a skin, they look quite thick. I don't know if it's like how they like build the swatch up because not all of them look like that. That kind of worries me with like really hooded eyes.
Yeah.
Because I tend to go along better with shimmers that are like more thin and not like very thick.
Yeah.
But it might be like they just build the swatch up, maybe even with the glitter glue and like packed it on. So,
Yeah.
and I've heard amazing things about their eyeshadows. So,
and like it's again another little indie brand, and these are all handmade. And like I looked at those bluey toned ones, and I just thought, Jesus Christ, this is so winter wonderland.
stunning.
Beautiful.
It gives me kind of Kaleidos, that quad vibes that they had, that like those 2 mattes, and then they had like, can't remember what it called, but just a while ago they released it. Gives me kind of that vibes.
Oh, exactly the one that you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, gotten that in the Black Friday sale.
Yeah. I know that Terra Moon is coming to an European seller soon. Like I think next month. Some of their, not everything. I think they're getting like 1 palette or something. This shop called, I think it's monolith.eu or something like that. And they've had like Blend Bunny, they've had the Gourmand Girl Spooked palette, I think they had Adept a while ago. I think they've had a couple more brands, can't remember, but like US indie brands that are very hard to get if you don't want to pay taxes way a really long time. So they have a lot of those brands. And I'm really eyeing on them. I know they don't have everything, and I heard that when the Adept stuff hit the site, it was like sell out in like a couple of minutes. But that's promising. We've talked about it ages. Like we need like an European or like a UK, preferably European seller, because even in UK I do have to pay taxes. I don't know why I'm always like UK, I'm like, okay, I might stretch. But then when it's like US, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the waiting time is even longer.
It probably is because you're doing a cost benefit. Like if this comes to that seller, like these 5, I definitely seriously consider. I think these are beautiful. And then I thought to myself, oh, they might have shot themselves in the foot. They've like shown these 5 beautiful things. What are the next 10 that they're going to show? But the next 5, because again, we don't know what the last 5 looks like yet. But the next one that they came out with, it's fucking glorious.
They look beautiful. They're not all the shades I would use. Like the orange, the middle one. No, that's like, I know a lot of people like those shades, but I just don't like orange and red on me personally that much. But I do have to say that matte red shade is absolutely beautiful. Like it kind of makes me want to like do a red, like all red look. Just looking at that, like that all over the lid, just
Well, I just keep looking at the multi-chrome next to it, that red.
Yeah, the green one. Or the red to green one.
It's like a red and orange, a green, and almost like a blurple in there.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I love that.
Like you can really see the texture in like these. If you look at the first 2, the green and the like kind of like lilac or like silverish to green, you can really tell at the lower part how it looks like kind of weird. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but they look beautiful. It might just be like sometimes when you take swatches really close, And with a good like camera, it kind of picks up more than it actually would.
Yeah. I will say I'm giving the benefit of the doubt because I've had quite
Yeah.
a couple.
Yeah, I've heard amazing things. Like, I'm not. I think I saw some in Scotland, but I'm not really sure what brands because Anna and Tess brought like crazy amount of like US indie makeup,
Would you leave with all of
beautifulness, palettes full of shimmers that were just mind blowing.
I'm still
So it's all a bit of blur.
I'll be honest, I'm still pissed off that I happened to get married at that point, so wasn't
Yeah,
rude.
yeah. Well, next year they're
Yeah.
already married, so
Yeah. I'll be like, goodbye, honey. I know that's
goodbye.
goodbye. Farewell. To be fair, he went on honeymoon with his parents, so they can do what I want. Um, yeah, I like both of these for different reasons, and I really feel like this is like a really nice looking indie brand, and I like
Yeah,
hearing about this. Love it. When I showed you the bluey toned ones, 52% of you loved it, 9% said not for me, and then 39% of you said I wish these were easier to access. When I showed you the reddy green one, 50% said love it, 16% said not for me, and 34% of you said that you were on a budget. This next one I found really quite confusing. This is Maybelline, and this is their vitamin C skin tint, but it has an SPF of 50. So part of what kind of confuses me is to get decent SPF coverage, you have to really slap something on.
yeah. You kind of have to 3 fingers worth.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a lot of like when you use even sunscreen, it feels really much when you like have to work it in. So with like a tinted, maybe in that way, if you're wearing as you should be wearing a sunscreen underneath, this will be a nice top up product for it. But I wouldn't just trust this on its own to give you that because you have to reapply also.
That's what I was thinking, because then if you reapply, then you'd have to touch up the rest of your makeup as well.
Yeah.
So
It
that,
looks tiny.
yeah.
It gives me benefit vibes.
Oh
You
my gosh,
remember
yes,
the
that makes me
hello
so happy.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
But this sounds glorious, and I hope that they will bring this to European and US market because at the moment it's in Asia. Asia.
It looks so tiny. Or are those huge oranges? Is
I
this
don't know.
scale?
Yeah, it looks tiny. It looks very small.
And again, if we're
But
talking about, you need a certain amount of product to actually get the SPF.
yeah, like how long is this gonna last on?
2 days.
Also, the shade range is just
Very weird.
shades of yellow. They look all like the
No,
old one looks like on
actually,
that like lighter skin hand you can really tell how yellow
yeah.
that looks. Oh,
Actually,
three one looks kind of like that's not so yellow.
yeah.
But the rest of them look like they all have kind of like weird undertones. I know it's for Asian people and they have like different undertones that we do. So but I just don't. They look weird on those hand
Yeah. I
watches.
mean, I have lots of things to say. Like, it's not actually six. They don't have six, but they have like, I don't think they understand the numbering system. They go from 1 to 3 to 5. So 2 and 4 don't exist in Maybelline's universe. So somebody needs to go back to, kindergarten.
Oh,
Yeah. So I found that very, very strange. And yes, I know that they have this in an Asian market. So that means that, the kind of skin tones that they're working with are going to be a bit different, but it depends because Asia is a huge, huge market.
yeah,
If they're saying, like, say, maybe China, Korea, etc., then I could kind of understand that. But if their idea of Asia then swamps into, like, say, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, none of
yeah.
them work.
They could not. They could not use even with like light tinted products. You want something that is not too far off. Yes, you can be a little bit. You can have a little smaller shade range when it's a sheer tint, but still they could not use that.
Yeah.
They just could not, and it's not very inconclusive. Like inclusive. Like it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna like fit to the darker skin tones at all. So it's
And I think that's a pity because obviously Asia is so broad and it's so diverse.
yeah,
If you are, say, in China or Japan, it's
yeah,
that there are just a few people of a very specific skin tone because, people migrate and immigrate. You're going to have lots of people with different depth
Yeah.
skin tones. And I would like to see them having expanded further on this
Yeah.
before they kind of put it forward, or at least if they are, by the way, just bringing it out in China, Korea, etc. Maybe just saying that rather than just kind of going Asian market, because
Yeah. And
Asia.
that's true. I'm reading one of the comments actually, and it took in the screenshot. Even the lighter shades don't go light enough. Like there's very fair,
Yes,
like super fair Asian people. Like me and like I think they could be even fairer than me and Teresa, like very fair. So I don't feel like that's just really small proportion of skin tones that they've included here.
I mean, think about when we've discussed Flower Nose Cosmetics, which is like a Chinese brand, and all of the cosmetics that they show are just so light. They're like a wash of color because
Yeah,
the aesthetic there is so light. So
yeah.
it doesn't really fit with, say, a Chinese beauty aesthetic. So I find it very odd, and even like how a lot of these go very orangey in the way that they.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel it needed to be thought through a little bit further. I think it's an interesting idea,
it
and
sounds really nice. It sounds like a product I would even use for like day to day wear.
same.
It sounds really nice. And I do hope that they expand the shade range. They make it like and also like bring it to other markets than just Asia.
Yeah, because like you said, I actually, if it worked for me, I would probably end up getting it and using it every day, just as like a little bit of a,
Yeah.
but also to be like, look how
Maybelline is still pretty affordable also.
yeah, true. They're not one of the ones that have like completely spiraled out of
Yeah.
thing. Um, yeah, it's definitely an unusual shade range. When I put it to you guys, 4% of you loved it, 17% said not for me, and 79% of you said that it was a terrible shade range.
Yeah.
And oh god, speaking of terrible, Hip Dot are at it again, and they've come back for Sesame Street because
God, no.
one attack was not enough. They're just coming back. This is, revenge of the Hip Dot. I will say though, this is much better than their terrible icons. Like at least,
Well, this is so much better than the other ones that it's not even in the same league. And
can I
this is not even that great. So
can I just say, I'm just looking at the picture here. It's like there's yellow feathers in the background, and it's just making me think, what happened to Big Bird? What did you do to him?
yeah, what did you do?
Did you like put him under some
Yeah.
sort of a terrible duress?
Like there's that like feathery, like yellow, like rock or something. Looked like he skinned.
It's his carcass. That's
Yeah.
what I've done.
You made it a carpet or like a rock the floor.
It's much better than their icon
Much better.
nonsense that they were.
Still not great though.
But I think, do you know what? If this had come out a couple of weeks ago before their icon, I think I would have seen this as being more positive.
Yeah.
But I think
I
it pissed me off.
I'm getting a bit tired of
It does.
yeah. Like I feel like they just I don't know, like when you look at them close, like the I don't even know this name, but the like chicken yellow palette.
Chicken yellow,
Like
deep bird.
chicken yellow palette. Like make that in a blush palette. Eyeshadow palette, it's unusable. Like I cannot see that. For me, I would never buy that and be like, oh, I can make a beautiful look out of it.
No.
I would buy that if it was a blush and a highlighter palette.
Alrighty, fabulous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The blue one looks pretty, but there's two light blue shades that look exactly the same. Is one a shimmer? Is one a matte? We will never know. And then the orangey one is just ugly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so much better what they've done before. So I mean, yay. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you didn't give us a steaming pile of dog
Yeah.
crap this time.
I'm not really a fan of Sesame Street either.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, it's just not something. Just
Can I just say though, and it's
very creepy to me. To
Yeah.
me, it's very creepy.
I like some of it, but I didn't really grow up on it.
Me neither.
What is slightly annoying me is that, in their icons, they had Big Bird, they had the Cookie Monster, they had Elmo, and they had Oscar the Grouch. Why did they not have Oscar the Grouch as an eyeshadow palette? That would have been an all green eyeshadow palette.
Oh yeah, why is there a picture of it and not? Well, it's Sesame Street. I don't know what's the up with Sesame Street. Like, why are we collabing as a makeup brand with Sesame Street? I don't know.
They're like, lads, we're heading into a massive economic depression.
Well,
Feel better
we'll
about
collab with Stranger Things. Not the so Stranger Things. I mean, like,
just things that are.
we've seen very weird collabs, so I mean, this is not the weirdest we've
To be
seen.
fair, Hip ones who did a fucking collab with hot sauce.
Oh yeah,
I feel like I should do a video at some point ranking all of the weird collabs that Hip
yeah. All
from
the
the
like
worst to best.
the Fenty ketchup thing.
Oh, fuck off.
It's just, it's like a trauma that lives in my brain.
Yeah. I'll be like old and like
I'm
gummy.
like, fucking Fenty did that.
Yeah,
Stupid ketchup thing.
I'll be sitting there in the nursing home and I'll just be like talking away to myself, and all they'll hear every so often is like Fenty ketchup.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, she's at it again. Old woman will learn. Like,
Yeah.
like, this is I don't get it why they randomly added in like Snuffleupagus eyelashes, but you can apparently get them separately, which I guess.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better at least.
Yeah. Granted, now I would prefer none of it than all of it.
Yeah.
So that's my preference. Yeah, it's not for me. I don't get it. When I put it to you guys, 5% of you loved it, 48% said not for me, and 47% said I don't get it.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, you and me both. We do not get this.
The very last thing that we're talking about is something that has just been sneak peeked in the last couple of hours, and this is Kaleidos makeup, and this is their Sound of Winter collection. From what we see so far, we're getting 2 different clay lip sets. It looks like one is going to be more neutral and one is going to be more darker toned.
Yes.
Intrigued.
Yes. Is that a palette on the background? Is that a big palette from Kaleidos? If it's not, I'm gonna be very, very, very disappointed.
Don't get my hopes up.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared to get my hopes up because I'm like kind of like, it could be a palette, but then I'm like, it could be like some kind of stupid jewelry box that they.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, don't get me wrong, they're gorgeous,
but
it's not something I get excited about. It's like an add-on when you need to get over the free shipping thing.
They haven't done a big palette in ages. The last one was the Nebula, and that was so good. And I want to see them do another big again.
This is promising. Like I look at the like pictures, what they put, the like colors that I see on the package, and it's very, very promising. But I'm a bit scared also because that might not be a big palette. It might be like a gift box of something, and I want an eyeshadow palette, please.
Yeah. I mean, I've now, I think, gotten all of their eyeshadows bar maybe one.
I want the quartz. I want the black thing one, and then I want the like that we were talking, like the gray, like the cool tone purple one.
I got
those 2 I really want. The rest is like, I don't know, and I really want to try their lip clays because I've heard amazing things, and they just look very pretty, and like I like Kaleidos. I like Kaleidos a lot. Yeah. I have so much stuff that I want,
and they're not like crazy.
I'm not rich enough. I'm not rich enough to get them all. But everything I've had from Kaleidos, I actually really like.
Yeah, there's nothing in a dud or a miss for me. So I'm excited to see. Like, we'll probably end up talking about this again next week once we have further information. But for now, I'm excited. I don't know what you guys think. I put it up onto my stories. So you're going to see right now what it is that you guys thought. What was the crowd consensus? I know I had a lot of people already coming into my DMs being like, oh my God, the lip blend, so excited. Which, you know, fair. I even had the lovely Chloe Demure being like, God darn it, I'm on a year's no buy. He fucking loves their lip glaze. So I was
I
like,
mean,
oh,
I've tried no buys. I usually fail
I'm not a quitter.
miserably.
I'm not a quitter.
Yeah, me neither. So
But my friends, that is it for this week. But that does mean I have my favourite comment, and this is from the lovely Wilma Fingerdude, who said, I'm one of the people who didn't like the Aurora Struck collection for no other reason than I just won't buy Colourpop ever again. They are the McDonald's of makeup, and I don't mean that in the sexy way.
I think this is because Wilma got the mystery box
Oh,
a
fucking God.
while ago, and let's just say she wasn't really happy.
But
What
honestly, it
was
was
it?
never trash. It was like
Yeah,
they all be
yeah.
like,
Elena got it too, and it wasn't the best mystery box.
it was like the shit that nobody else wanted. The rejected makeup.
Yeah, but I do love McDonald's, so
I don't. I like
you
the
want one?
cherries.
Well, I do like we have Hesburger, which is like better than McDonald's.
I see we have
But I do like McDonald's. The light is going crazy right now, but we're at the end, so
spoons, spoons, spoons,
it's
spoons.
like a party. It's
The
like
one with
boom.
all the lights.
You guys can have like a drinking game every time a light goes like bright light.
Yeah.
Don't die. Don't die, please.
Don't walk into the light. Don't do that. Well, my friends, that is it. That's the end of the video. Do please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you can see more releases and rants. And do please follow both myself and Tia in a non-stalker way because we're busy women. We don't have time for that like Joe you nonsense. But do please share because sharing is caring, except of course for STDs, in which case, you know, you just gotta wrap it up. Don't be gross. That's it. That's the end of the video, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.